Good morning, team. Sniff, snack, strut. I am coming to you today to talk to you a little bit about getting your taxes done. First of all, this is a full disclaimer. I am not a tax expert. I do not have any training when it comes to compiling tax information or submitting your claims or anything like that. I'm just giving you a little bit of advice based on what has worked for me. So right up front, I'm going to let you know that my husband and I both run home-based businesses, and for that reason, we use an accountant. So we don't go to H&R Block, we don't do TurboTax, we don't do it on our own anymore because we want an expert to be able to get the best return done for us, and this is someone who can advise us as to who it's best for certain expenses to claim. So plus we have our child and child-related expenses and our own personal income from other jobs as well. So for that reason, we use an accountant every year and just pay someone to manage that for us. But on an ongoing basis, I do my own bookkeeping for my business, and this year is the best I've been at it yet. So I want to just reassure you that if you can get into some really good habits, then doing your taxes is not going to be a nightmare. Now, I'm my own worst enemy, or I have been in the past, and I still have a box full of receipts from 2014 that I need to go through. But so far for 2015, I've been doing really well at keeping track of my expenses on a monthly basis. So here is, I'm going to tell you my system, first of all, for how I deal with my expenses. So say I come home from a day where I've been doing deliveries for my customers. I've been out and about all day in my truck, listening to the radio, delivering Scentsy. So when I get in my truck in the morning, I hit the little button that is the trip odometer reset, so that when I get back home at the end of the day, I can see how many kilometers or miles for our American consultants I have traveled that day that are business related. So I come home and I actually sometimes will use my camera before I get out of the truck to just snap a little picture of my odometer. And when I come home, I log that on a spreadsheet that I use that was provided in the Scentsy Training Center to keep track of how many kilometers I've used each month and each year for my vehicle. This is because then I'll be able to see what percentage of use my vehicle is used for my business. And then I can claim the expenses for gas, maintenance, and upkeep for my vehicle according to what percentage it's used for business purposes. So this means I keep receipts for gas, for my oil changes, any repairs, maintenance, upkeep, car wash I go through, anything related to the upkeep and maintenance of my vehicle that I use for my business, I keep all of those receipts. So when I come home from my day, say I stopped, went through the drive-thru to grab coffee while I was doing my deliveries, I keep that receipt, excuse me, and any gas receipts, and I bring them home and I log them in that spreadsheet. That spreadsheet has been a lifesaver for me. So if you want to use it also to get into good habits for your financial aspects of your home-based business, then I highly recommend you go into our Scentsy Training Center, which you can access through the workstation, and find the training session that's called Managing the Financial Aspects of Your Business. There's an Excel workbook, like a spreadsheet, already set up in there. It's perfect for Scentsy. It has even got all of the formulas and everything set up month to month. All you have to do is get in the habit of filling it in every day, and the rest will take care of itself. So I come home, I have these receipts, and what I do is I write on the back of them what it was for. So say I have a Tim Hortons receipt for coffee and a donut while I was out doing my deliveries. I'll write on the back snack during deliveries or coffee during deliveries. And when I come home, I log that in my spreadsheet. I don't even close that file. I always have it open on my computer so that when I come home and sit down, it's there and it reminds me that I have to make sure that I'm keeping track of my receipts. And then once I've entered it, I put my initials on it and I file it away over to the side of my desk. Here's my current. So I have a little sticky, it says current month receipts. And once I have had an expense, so this was an online expense, but this is the receipt I printed out and I initialed it because I've looked after it and entered it into my spreadsheet. So this goes here off to the side. And at the end of the month, I put my receipts in this little file folder. So you can get one of these at the dollar store. The receipt you're going to keep because that is a business expense. And you can see here's all my receipts for January. So there's quite a few in here. So you can see there's all kinds of different things that you can write off as a tax expense or tax deduction for your business. So I'm just going to go through and give you some examples of things that I kept the receipts for January, okay? So in January, and there's January is written right on there. These are all logged already in my worksheet, my Excel spreadsheet. And so next year I'm not going to have to go through a big shoebox of receipts, right? So this one was for breakfast at the airport on the way to leadership convention. This one, these are related to leadership. Gas, dinner. So this one, I went out for dinner. My husband and I talked. Oh, no, this one, sorry, it says right on it. See, I wrote team meeting. This was the receipt for the team meeting we had in January. Perfect. The next one was for product that I purchased through my website, through my workstation, and Scentsy family store items. So I printed that receipt as soon as I completed the order. My Norton antivirus for my computer, because I'm keeping my computer, these are business assets, keeping my computer safe. Lunch at McDonald's one day while I was out. Let's see, what else? Oh, copies that I had done at Staples. Office supplies at Dollarama. Eastside Mario's. Graham and I went out for dinner one night. Guess what? We talked about the Scentsy business. That's a deduction, a tax write-off, because we went out to have talks about our business. This one is for a lot of product that I purchased for a party. Another one for gas. Postage. So I bought stamps. I send out postcards to team members, and sometimes I send cards to customers if it's their birthday or whatever. So there's the receipt for Canada Post. Another Starbucks one because I met up with a prospective consultant there. Scentsy Family Store, which is business supplies. Okay, another gas. Costco. Oh, I bought some little chargers, little portable chargers to use to keep my phone charged when I'm out and about. And yeah, you can bet that that's a business expense because I need my phone to be working while I'm out and about, right? So these are just some of the examples of things that I have kept receipts for. Just every time you spend money, every time somebody hands you a receipt at a store, ask yourself, is this related to my business? And also, if you have a dedicated space in your home, like I do, like this is my laundry room, but it's also my office. This room is used primarily for conducting business. So this room is a write-off. All of the water that I need to use to run this room, hydro, heat, electricity, my internet, my phone, all of that is a deduction for your home-based business and will help you get a refund at the end of the year. And the first year that I did Scentsy, I joined in December, so I didn't have to deal with it. But after the first full calendar year, you bet I got a refund back. Graham and I both did, because we are careful and save our receipts and claim all of our business-related expenses when it's time to do our taxes. So this is a perk of having your own business. It's not a liability, it's a good thing, and you want to take full advantage of it if you can, okay? So post your comments or questions below. Thank you for sticking it out with me for almost 10 minutes, but I really feel like this is an important topic for us to discuss, especially if this is the first time you're doing your business taxes. If you didn't save anything from last year, you can still go back into your workstation, print off any order that you made in your own name. So this is purchase of inventory. Anything that you bought from the Scentsy family store is business supplies or advertising. If it has a Scentsy logo on it, it's advertising. If you bought branded your vehicle, that's an advertising expense. So all is not lost. See what you can salvage and take it when you get your taxes done and say that this is your home-based business and these are your expenses. And hopefully it will help you to recover some of the expenses of doing business and pay tax on the income that you did earn. Okay, so we get a T4A from Scentsy, not a T4. You're not an employee of Scentsy. You're an independent consultant, which means you work for yourself. When you get commission, Scentsy's not taking tax away the way an employer would. So of course, you need to pay tax on the income that you're going to claim, but if you have deductions, that will help offset and maybe even have you ending up with a refund instead of having to pay any tax. So if you plan and you're careful and you are smart about it, you can totally make it work to your own advantage and be very successful. And then you have, yay, some fun money or something that you can get as a refund to use however it works for you or whatever you need the money for. So yeah, I hope that you found this helpful, and please don't hesitate to ask any questions, but really think to yourself that this is a benefit of being part of Scentsy, being a home business owner. It doesn't make it harder or mean that you're getting cheated out of any money. It means you're paying tax on the income that you earn like every Canadian does. And if you have a strategy about how to recover that tax, then you'll be in the plus. Okay? Hope everybody's having a great day, and we will talk soon.